Yo, Jazz, we ready to go? Let's get it. I want you to say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Life of Liz.
Let's go.
Don't let this moment pass you. Grab you a pen and a pad. Life is moving too fast. Slow down, live you a life of list. Don't let this moment pass you. Grab you a pen and a pad. Life is moving too fast. Slow down, live you a life of list.
Yo, what's up? Thank you for hitting that play button and chiming into another episode of Life of Liz. Want to give a shout out to Santiago, my engineer, producer, man behind the machine. Shout out to Jazz here in spirit. Want to love on possibilities for hosting this, Paradigm Shift for powering it. You know I can't get in too far without shouting them out. So thank you all. I really appreciate it. For hitting that play button. I cannot tell you, for those of you that support a podcast, that support a YouTube channel, that support anything, like, please go like, interact, share, subscribe, like all those cool things. When you do that for people that are pouring out their hearts, I really appreciate it. And I have another level to the podcast because my podcast is based on a book. So you can also find that book, My Life of Liz by Derek Sire, on Amazon. Go check it out. If you don't want to give them the money, hit me up through my website, through the possibilities, whatever, man. Just reach out. We'll make sure you get the book so you can follow along. And today's chapter, today's title, today's segment is called Losing 12-0. Oh, it's such a good story. But you know, I can't go forward before I jump back. So my son, he's bounced around from several different interests, from one interest to the other. Like, we're really trying to figure out a way to get him plugged in. And he's a junior in high school now at the time of this recording. But when he was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, he tried gymnastics. He tried the drums. He tried basketball. And there was just something about those sports that did not click. And we stumbled upon soccer. He's so good at soccer. I mean, this guy, like, when he was younger, he was just so fast, and it was so fun to watch him run, and he was just blowing by everybody. It's such a cool thing to see. And I think one of the things that he enjoyed about it is that he didn't have to be still the whole game. He enjoyed being on a larger team where the drums was just him and the machine, where gymnastics was just him and the floor. Basketball, he was one of 5 on the floor. I think soccer just provided him not only the opportunity to get up and run around and do some really cool things, but he's on a team of 11 people on the field, and that roster can go up to 22, 25, 30, depending on the tournament. So he loved it. Like, we were so relieved that he was a part of something really, really cool. And not only was he good on the team, but he was also partnered and teamed and paired up with other people that were good as well. Now, normally we're going to these tournaments and we're doing pretty well, and we're kind of beating folks, and the parents on the sideline are pleased because parents are always pleased when their kids are playing and winning. Don't get me on this. I don't even want to get on parents fussing about their kids not getting playing time and the coaches not being fair and I paid, so he should play and all this stuff. Like, I'm not even going to get on that soapbox. But when parents are winning and their kids are playing, they're having a really, really great time. But when they are losing, it's always someone else's fault, right? And what I've determined, and you can feel free to chime in, and you can feel free to disagree. If you disagree, then I want to know why you disagree. If you agree, I want to know that you agree and why you agree. But I've always found out, I've always figured out, I've always felt that my kid learns so much more from losing than he does winning. Give me an opportunity to talk and connect with my kid after a loss versus a win any single day. When you think about winning 12-0, these kids are being sloppy with the ball. They're doing cartwheels on the field. They got their little handshakes, and they're trying to do the jump and turn and power down like Ronaldo, and they're doing the Messi walk and the Conor McGregor. Well, they're doing all these things, and it's kind of fun and it's cool to see. But when I want to tap into a learning experience where I believe humanity and strong, resilient humans are built and they're fortified in the fire of losing. I'll put it up against anybody's theory any single day. You give me some research that says people learn more about winning than losing, then I'll swallow these words. I'll eat these words. I'll swallow them. I'll eat my humble pie, and I will. I was going to say I'll delete this episode, but I'm not going to delete it. It's staying up for the world to see. You guys just got to deal with this. You can go buy this one. But I honestly believe that people learn, especially kids, that they learn so much more from losing than they do winning. What happens when you lose? What happens when you lose? Well, now you get to figure out, how do I get better? Right? Because when you're winning and you're blowing people out, getting better isn't really a concept that people focus on. You look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was able to be at the top of his game. In fact, he was at the top of his game for a number of weeks that is triple the amount that the person who's number one is now. I'll say it a different way. Tiger Woods was number one for so many weeks that I don't think anybody else will ever reach it. Maybe a robot. Absolutely fine. But even at the top of his game, Tiger Woods, which is very rare, decided to change his swing. Very few people, very few humans are trying to get better at the top of their game. But people who lose and are being defeated by their opponents, or that are even losing to themselves, they are finding a way to get better. So what happens when you lose? Well, you find a way to get better. Another thing that happens when you lose is that you have to dig deep in order to show up again. I know so many people who lose and quit. They lose and they quit. They try to go find something that they have a lot more success in. And that's neither here nor there. I think that's your preference as an adult. But as a kid, as adults that are helping kids become resilient and providing them with some bounce back and a positive and healthy perspective, a realistic view of the world, everybody's not going to always be in your favor. Everybody's not going to always get the job that they want. You can be the best and not have the best outcome. You could go in prepared at the top of your game and still lose. And to me, that's life. So much to learn from losing. What's the third thing that you learn from losing? One, you get to absorb ownership, but two, you also get to share it. So when you lose, I think there's something that happens when you aim to get better. You also have to look inside and find a way to bounce back and come back and keep trying. And then I think you get to take some ownership. You get to own your part, right? You may not be the reason for the entire loss, but there's something you could have done better that would have helped your team win. There's always something that we can do better to help our teams win. So for those of you out there that are the type of folks that you win or you lose, right? Second place is the first loser. Third place, why did you even show up? Everybody else sucks. Like, for people that have that mentality, I want us to flip the way that we see losing. In fact, I want to capture this segment by saying, I don't lose, I learn. I know you all have heard that before. I don't lose, I learn. If I could actually quote another philosopher, T-Pain, he says, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. That means that even when I lose, I win, because now I go into getting better mode. Ooh, this is good. When I lose, when I don't get the job, when I ask the girl out and she says no, when I ask my neighbor to pull their trash can in and they roll their eyes, when I get into a car wreck, when I put in the application and I don't make it past the first interview, when I hit a golf shot and I top it, when I shoot a basketball and I brick it, when I throw a football and it's dropped, whatever the case is, I'm telling you, you don't lose, you learn. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. If we can possess the perspective and the maturity and the ability to flip and salvage and squeeze every losing opportunity, every losing moment, and learn from it, I guarantee you our losses will decrease and our wins will increase. Will we win all the time? I don't think so. But I think if we can flip this losing mentality to learning, then we're able to make something that seemed bleak, that seemed dry, that seemed empty, into a positive perspective. I got to figure out how to say this in one sentence. I said, I don't lose, I learn, right? I don't know who that was, but that person was really smart. T-Pain, with the help of, some of his friends, said, all I do is win, 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 no matter what, right? I think that's really, really good perspective. What's another way that I can say? I can say all things work to the good, right? For those that are operating according to their purpose. I could say that. But at the end, I just want to say that losing, you learn more than winning. If you're able to identify what you could have done better, if you can dig deep, bounce back, and come back and try again, I think that is the color mark. That is the trademark. That is the thumbprint of humanity, of being able to bounce back time and time again, try it again, not walk away, face your fears, knuckle down, ankle down, knee deep in perseverance, and try again. And in the same way that my son's team, that they won and they were humbled by a 12-0 loss, when they came back to practice, coach said, "How do you guys feel?" And they're like, "We feel like crap." Do you ever want to feel that again? Nope. Well, what are you going to do? Work harder. For those of you that are living a life and you feel like you got loss after loss after loss, dig deep, bounce back, try again, look at what you could have done better. Because all you'll do, if you take that perspective, is win, no matter what. Derek Sire, Life of List. Go get the book. Peace. Thanks again for listening to another episode of My Life of List, hosted by yours truly, Derek Sire, powered by Paradigm Shift, recorded in the Possibility Studios. Signing off until next time.
Don't let that small moments pass you. Grab you a pen and a pad. Life is moving too fast. Slow down, live you a life of list.